love is lost between us.
Greetings, everyone. How are you doing? Happy weekend to you. I noticed that in Kazakhstan it is Family Day. Is that right? So happy Family Day to you in Kazakhstan. I'll get to your messages in a minute. I was reading some of them as I was about to go live whilst I was preparing for this one. Well, everyone, look, I don't know how things are with you. It's really hot here. We thought, certainly in this part of the country, in the southeast, we thought that the temperature was going to subside, and it hasn't. It's really, in the studio, especially with all the equipment on, it's really a bit tough going. So I'm going to be drinking a lot today. I just forewarn you on that. So everyone, I hope you're keeping well. I'm just looking at my hair here. What a mess. I hope you're keeping well, and let's say a few hellos to people before we dive in, because we've got a lot of ground to cover with this one. I'm just going to pick out a few messages to begin with. I think actually, was it you, Sonia, who said it's, yes, it is, it's your Family Day, but this is a different message. Good evening, Clark, and everyone else. Greetings from Kazakhstan. I'm glad to see you. The song Key to the Kingdom is an explosion of emotions, rhythm, improvisation of your voice. The sounds of many musical instruments make the song delightful. Is this, oops, sorry, Sonia, that it's only up for a few seconds, so hang on a sec. Is this an acoustic version or performance with musicians? Now, this song is my favorite. Thank you. You're very welcome, Sonia. Well, of course, I'm doing an acoustic version today, but that recording actually has quite a few musicians on it, and I didn't come up with an image of all the musicians on it, which I usually do. I've got so much else to talk about. Oh well. You will know many of the musicians on this already. But thank you for your kind words, Sonia. That's wonderful that the song resonated with you. That's what it's all about. Nigel, hi. Clark Datcher, Journey Songs Community. Hey guys, hey Clark. Hope all is well. I'm stuck at work here in Widnes. Nigel, I hope you're keeping a bit cooler up there, and I hope this, is possible for you to watch whilst you're working. Great that you could join us anyway. Let's see, we've got Marcia here. Hi Clark, Key to the Kingdom is another great song. You have a beautiful voice. Thank you. I'm sure Journey Songs 2 will be a masterpiece. You're such a genius. Thank you, Marcia. That's very kind of you. I really appreciate that. Lovely picture you've got there, I guess, in Bussum, on the heathland there. And Ezria is usually always first. So Ezria, I want to always say hello to you. Hey Ezria, good to see you. And Veronica, hello Clark, greetings from Malaysia. Hello everyone, hello to you, Ezria. And I'm just going to kind of zoom down here. Neil is saying, hello everyone, feels great to be back again. How you doing, Neil? Thanks for your communications over the past few weeks. It's been very helpful. Sue Ellis Brown, hello everyone, greetings from very hot Wales. Is it hot there as well? Of course it would be, because it's hot everywhere right now in these isles and other places. I hear in mainland Europe it's very hot as well. Anleeb, hello Clark, where are you, Anleeb? There you are. Hello Clark, how are you? Happy to be there. I'm happy you're here too, Anleeb. I am happy to be here as well. This song has been really tough to explain, because I haven't had to really think about it too much specifically as a song for 30 years or something. Not quite. No, it is nearly 30 years. Amazing. Wow. Is that right, or is it 20? No, it'd probably be, no, it's 30, nearly 30 years. Amazing. So it brought up a lot of things for me, actually, so I really needed to try and work to streamline this episode so it doesn't become too heavy. Anyway, Antonia, hallo Clark, alles goed met jou? Wat is het warm? Een fijn streaming deze avond. Yeah, it's incredibly warm, isn't it, Antonia? Precies. And where are we? We've got, I saw a few other messages down here I just wanted to pick up on. Claire is saying, "Hi Clark, how everyone? Hope everyone is having a great Sunday." Hey Claire, how you doing? And Roger is also joining us. Hi Clark, greetings from Bideford in North Devon. Now surely in Bideford it's a bit cooler because you're on the coast there, Roger. I don't know, but let me know, huh? Rosillo. Another episode, another life journey. Hi Clark and everyone. Hello Rosillo. Yes, this is quite a life journey, this one. Um, and actually it kind of links in with especially the last song I'm going to be doing in this season of Journey Songs, which I'll get to in a minute, very strongly actually, and I'm saving that till the end because a very personal song and I think a good one. And who have we got here? I mean, a lot of people. Anders. Hello, Clark. Now, who's got the key? Me. It's G minor. Very good, Anders. You're well on it. Plus some beautiful classic Clark Datcher harmonizing. Thank you. Sounds like you had a great time recording this one. Anders, I did. It was very high energy. The toughest part was the solo because a folk musician. I'm diving into it, everyone. Why not? Anders is asking some great questions here over the various episodes. The solo in Key to the Kingdom is actually a kind of a folk solo because the whole album of that particular time, which I call Songs from Salisbury Hill, had this folkiness to it because I wrote a lot of it on bouzouki. And folk players aren't used to, or they weren't at that time anyway, used to playing those kind of rhythms. So Phil Beer, who played the guitar solo there, as well as playing mandolin, and he is just an amazing player, Phil, incredible. He had to really figure out how to do it. He's a rock musician as well, but he had to bring that folk part of him, because I wanted that, and kind of include it in this funk groove, and it works really well. He's just a star, that guy. So yeah, a lot of fun, Anders, a lot of fun. Russ, hi all. Sorry, Clark, Juanita and I have missed a few Journey Songs episodes as my mum has not been well. I'm sorry to hear that, Russ. I empathise, believe me. Thankfully, things looking better now after 8 weeks of hospital and respite care. Oh goodness, Russ, so it was the real thing. I'm glad she's on the mend. That's great. I do empathise, you know I do, with those situations. Fatima is saying, hello everybody. Yes, I'm yelling. Yes, and I can't because I'm in front of the microphone. So you're saying, hello everybody. Nice to see you, Fatima. Sarah is saying, hi all. How you doing, Sarah? Angie's just joined the community. Hello, Angie. Good to see you here. I'm glad you made it. Thanks for the warm welcome. Pleasure to finally meet you all. Hi, Clark. Hope you are well and keeping dry in this marvellous thundery weather. Angie, I'm not. I wish we were getting it. We were due to get it. It was in the forecast, and we had like 2 drops, and then just the heat just kept pumping up. So I'm glad it's cooling down a little bit there. You need the thunder and the rain and everything. I hope we get that later. I know the temperature's about to go down tomorrow, but it's been tough. Anyway, good to see you here, Angie. Lovely that you could make it. Leslie, hi Clark and everyone. Due to a childcare situation, I'm dipping in and out today, but we'll catch up fully later. Clark, this is such a joyful piece of music. Looking forward to hearing all about it. Leslie, thank you very much. I think it might resonate with you, Leslie. The little I know about you, some of the perspectives, shall we say. And Steve, where are you, Steve? There you are. Hi Clark, Poison waiting from a very hot and balmy Colchester, so you're not that far away from me. Looking forward to this as it's a song I'm not familiar with. Yeah, Steve, well, it's probably true for all of you. And all of these songs from that time you wouldn't have been familiar with because they were unreleased. And actually, someone asked me why they were unreleased. I'll get to that in a minute. Sue is saying, hi Clark, hi everyone, greetings from Gloucester. Hope everyone is feeling a little cooler today. Looking forward to you turning the key to let us into the kingdom. And pink waving. Very good. Sue, I like that. And that is going to be the idea. Marcia, hi Clark and everyone, glad to meet again. Wonderful entertainment, wonderful song. Thank you so much, Clark. Good reflections, congratulations. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you very much for your lovely messages. I do read all your messages when they come in on Messenger. I want you to know, and I reply as and when I can. So if I'm not very quick, I'm sorry about that, but I do reply. Liam, where are you, Liam? You are here. Greetings, Clark, and everyone from Beverley, East Yorkshire. I love Yorkshire. Really looking forward to this song. Finally able to watch a Journey Songs live with everyone instead of having to watch it on catch up later. Liam, great that you could join us. Fantastic. And I'm going to, I think, if you don't mind, I'll just very quick hellos. Um, Susanna is saying, hi, my dear friends. Susanna, welcome to you. And David is there. Hello, everyone. Hey, David, how are you keeping? And Hero, I haven't seen you for a while, Hero. Good to see you. There you are. Konbanma Clark, how are you doing? I'm doing very well. Konbanma to you, Hero. I hope you're keeping well and things are good there in the beautiful Isles of Japan. Um, Alejandro, hi Clark. Where are you, Alejandro? There you are. Hola, Clark. ¿Cómo estás? I'm pretty good, thank you, Alejandro. Glad to see you this Sunday. Greetings from Argentina. Greetings to you, Alejandro. I hope you're keeping well in beautiful Argentina, a beautiful, beautiful country. One of the most beautiful. And Mark, hi Clark, and all from a wet and humid Cheshire. You're getting the rain as well then. Hope everyone is well. Well, lucky you, Mark, but it's humid. It's not easy, is it? John is saying, hello, Clark from Kansas City, Missouri. Hello, John. How are you keeping? Hope everything is good with you. I'm just kind of very couple more messages, and I'm going to zoom ahead. Hi, Clark. I hope you're well and keeping cool. Seems like a long time, but glad you're here. Looking forward to it. Richard, really lovely to see you again. And Tracy, I'll quickly say hello to you. Hi, Clark. So happy to be here with you and everyone today. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you too. Okay, everyone. I will actually quickly say hello from Lyngby, Denmark. Marlene, or Marlena, perhaps you say. Marlene, Marlene, Marlena. I'm not sure which one. Can you kind of let me know phonetically how to pronounce that? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so are we... Carolyn, where are you? Hello, Clark. Almost missed it. Was doing the second doggy walk when notifications came. Well done, Carolyn. You just made it through, just over the threshold. Very good. Rachie, hi Clark from a thundery wet Boston, Lincolnshire. Oh, I know Boston, lovely place. Yeah, well, are you getting all in the Midlands and the North? Are you getting all the lovely rain? I'm glad you are. Vanessa, this is the first time I haven't had time to listen to the song beforehand, so I'm letting myself be surprised this evening. Vanessa, the version I'm going to do, because it's a dance track. The version I'm going to do is really different to the recording, just because you can't really do a dance track on a piano effectively, let alone one that was written on a bouzouki. I don't even play piano on that track. I play a little bit of electric piano. And very quickly, Claire. Hey, Claire. Hi, Clark. Hope you and the family are well. I'm looking forward to today's Journey songs while sitting out on our balcony. Lovely breeze here now and a couple of spots of rain now. Claire, excellent. I hope you get a bit more rain. We need it. Pranav. Greetings from miserably rainy New York City. We want some of that, though. Looking forward to today's episode and cannot help but wonder what a stripped-down rendition of this song will sound like. Pranav, really good thoughts, because I've been wondering that right up until the point of going on air. I was playing different versions thinking, what am I going to do with this one? So it's not really seat of the pants, it's seat of the fingernails with this one. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna just zoom ahead because I need to, time-wise. But hello to everyone I haven't said hello to. You're all really welcome. I've got my T-shirt here. I've got the matching mug. Yes, I ordered my own T-shirt. You know. Oh yeah. So hang on. I've just talked so much with saying hello, and I always love saying hello to all of you. For example, to Eduarda. Hello, Clark. Hello, Eduarda. I had to quickly say hello there. Oh, and there's Chris. Hey, Chris. How you doing? Nice to see you. Chris, who runs the venue that I'm going to be doing the Journey Songs live at. Okay, and Zara. Hey, Zara. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. I'm sorry I'm being a bit, stingy. From South Wales, Dawn, how you doing? I can see Moya there. Hi, Clark. The name of this song intrigued me as I was on holiday in County Kerry, which is known as The Kingdom. Oh, that's really interesting. Really interesting. Moya, well, we'll get to that. I didn't know that, but I'm sure there's a wonderfully historical reason for that. Okay, I'm going to zoom ahead, everyone. Got a lot to cover here. So, everyone, obviously the Journey Songs 2 pre-order is in full swing, as some of you I'm sure know, and some of you have already pre-ordered it. If you haven't, it's there waiting for you, and I've been working hard to get it ready for that release in early October. It's all done now, actually. I did all the things I need to do. I have to okay some of the artwork and then it goes into production. But it was a real push. Wow. What can I quickly tell you about this? When I first announced Journey Songs 2, I don't remember. I announced it so long ago. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think I might have said there were 32, 33 songs on it. There are 30 songs on it, just like Journey Songs 1. Exactly 30. And the reason that came about is that originally Shattered Dreams was going to go on there before I made it Shattered Dreams of Ukraine. So that version of Shattered Dreams, the one I did in 2006, is not on there because it's a charity record now. But it is already on the original version of Tomorrow, this one. So if you've ordered the collector's edition, you get that, and that version of Shattered Dreams is already on here. And then a couple of other songs that were one, Every Tear That Falls to Earth, Middle Earth version, which was an extra version, and another one called Reveal Yourself. The audio was badly corrupted, and I would have to re-record the whole thing again, which would take me an awful long time. It would delay the whole album. But it's still 30 tracks. It's, like I said, just like Journey Songs 1. And Reveal Yourself is a great track, and I will re-record that one day for an album. Okay, everyone, just a reminder that if you pre-order the album, you get exclusive access to an exclusive live stream into the tracks. And for those of you who pre-ordered Journey Songs 1, you'll remember that I didn't call it Into the Tracks back then, but I did an exclusive live stream where I go through the different recordings with you. I sit at the mixing desk, I show you what I'm seeing on the screen, and then I build the track up so you can hear the different component parts, the different instruments and what they're playing. It's real fun. But that's only for people who pre-order. Right now it's on October the 15th. It might get pushed back a week, maybe two. The reason I'm saying that is that I want to make sure that you have the albums first, which technically you should, because technically the release date is October the 10th, but I really want to make sure. So there's a slight flexibility, but right now it's October the 15th, and it may stay that way. So if you haven't pre-ordered, if you do, you get access to this. It's just like Journey Songs, only in a slightly different position, and I interact with you, and it's really cool. Journey Songs Live in Liverpool at Prohibition Recording Studios on November the 18th is now sold out. So thank you to everyone who bought a ticket. I'm sorry for those of you who haven't been able to, or obviously for whom it's too far away for you to travel to see the show. Right now it's a one-off. We'll see what happens in the future. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope to film it. I think Chris is going to make that happen for me. So I'm sure there'll be a way for everyone to see it after the fact. Also, a little bit of news here. You've probably seen me advertise this on the Johnny Hates Jazz socials. We're doing a gig. We're actually doing 2 gigs next week, but we're doing a gig on September the 7th at the Forge in Camden in London. I know it's very UK centric again, everyone. That's going to change next year, I think. But it's kind of interesting because the band that are opening for us, are supporting us, are called Tristan from Holland, and the singer Jacely Teitarissa is actually the daughter of the bass player JT Teitarissa, who played on 2 tracks of mine on Journey Songs 1, actually on the Raindance album, State of Play and Raindance. So she's the daughter of JT. And we happen to be on the same bill. So that's kind of a nice little full circle moment. So, okay, everyone, let me have a cup of tea because I now need to prepare myself for this episode. Here we go. Good tea break or coffee break or whatever it is you're drinking right now. Okay. Hope you're doing all right, everyone. I'm gonna zoom on because this subject is, it's a dance track, and I always knew that I was going to cram it with words, lyrics, meaning. Even though when you listen to a dance track, we all do this. We listen to a dance track, you're already just kind of into the rhythm more and the being into it more than anything, the groove of it. But this has a lot going on. So let me start with this. You've heard me say this before. I learned this from Native American wise people. Children must structure their world in order to learn. Adults must unstructure their world in order to learn. And if you think about it, that is really the practice of building a sense of self as a human, as you're a kid. Who am I? Where do I belong in the world? How do I operate in the world? And then unstructuring to take all of that learning and make it your own. And because as we go through the process of growing up and learning, we are affected by our experiences, and they shape our character in positive ways and sometimes in ways that make us weaker. And this is what I've just read out to you there, which is thousands of years old, predates Northern Native Americans. This is Mayan and earlier. Is basic modern day psychotherapy. But it came from a totally different era. And just to kind of illustrate this, Carl Jung, the founder of Western psychiatry and psychology and psychotherapy, the great Swiss Carl Jung, went to the Americas in 1924 and met with a Hopi Indian in Taos Pueblo, a Hopi Indian called Mountain Lake, an elder. And Mountain Lake talked to a young Carl Jung about the Native American perspective on life, spirituality. And Carl Jung was very, very impressed and affected. And a lot of what he incorporated in his further work came from that interaction with Mountain Lake. So again, this goes back way back. I don't mean to over-focus on the Native American world now. It's just that's the one that I kind of got the closest to. But this can be ramified in all kinds of ancient cultures. Anyway, it's now part of our present-day psychotherapy. So why is this important? Well, Key to the Kingdom, I think you saw me say this when I advertised I was going to do this Journey Songs, is about reclaiming our self-authority. Because when we're kids, if you think about it, we have to give authority to our elders because they are guiding us into how to become balanced, well-functioning individuals, or rather that's their task. Our parents, our teachers, whoever they are, society in general. So we do, of course, by necessity, have to give a degree of authority, and should do, to those people, providing they're good people and balanced people. It's not always the case, unfortunately, but in so doing, our authority goes elsewhere as well. And this is what I was going to talk about, because if you think about it, I was thinking about this song really carefully. There's all kinds of things that we tie our authority up with, our sense of self up with, that are imposed on us or we invite when we're younger. So for a good example, because I mentioned it in the song, is flags, nationhood. We are of a particular nation and that becomes integral to who we are. Well, why? Because we weren't that before we were born, and we won't be when we've left this earth. Religions is another one, or any kind of spiritual path. You can actually become, atheism can become that for you. It can become a kind of religion if you're not careful. We get bound up in that, and sometimes we're told that we're born into it. You're born a certain religion, and therefore you're going to be for the rest of your life. That's where you have to reclaim your own self-authority and make your own decision. Maybe you stay in that religion, maybe you don't, but it's your decision. what other authority figures do we kind of, give too much of ourselves to? I tell you, pop stars, actors, billionaires, celebrities, but billionaires is an interesting one. Look at Elon Musk. I'm not judging him, by the way. What he says, it's not like an anti towards him, but I think it's amazing that we're now wanting to hear a moral code from industrialists, a moral code for living life. That's bizarre. He might be a very enlightened individual. I don't know, but I do think that again, this act of saying, oh yes, they will speak for me. That represents me. This goes back to this flag will represent me, or a political party. I'm always going to vote this, and I'll never vote anything else. But with social movements, friends, there's all kinds of things we can do to hand authority to people. And in a way, what we're doing is we're denying our own self-responsibility. We're saying the president or the prime minister will take care of it. The king and the queen will take care of it. I don't have to worry about that. Or that the pop star, I know he or she is going to sing for me, or whatever it is. It's not that we shouldn't have interest and support some of these people, but I think it's really important because authority can be abused, of course, and you start being made to do things and told to do things because you have so much respect for this external authority, and your sense of self is so bound up in it that you can't resist it. That becomes part of what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be. I hope that makes sense. I think the best way to describe it, I mean, I was talking about politicians earlier. That's an easy one. And again, I'm not going to take sides here because it's, but if you to say, Trump represents me through and through, or Biden represents me through and through. This is for the US audience, of course. Is politics really like that, folks? Do you honestly agree with every single thing that every authority figure says? I don't. And I don't think you do. And here I am saying, I don't mean to set myself up as an authority figure. This has been my journey, and I'm just reflecting my journey on unpicking who I am and who I'm actually not, but I came to believe I was as I grew up, to become who I am now. So let's dive into this. I want to quickly say one thing before I go any further, because I thought it was very useful. And I have to say, if there are any Muslims watching, I'm not picking this example because it's a Muslim example. I'm sorry that I'm doing that, but I had to pick one example, and it was one that came into my orbit just the other day. But this is true of all kind of, perspectives, religious perspectives, political perspectives, whatever it is, social perspectives. But there was an imam in, who's a religious leader in the Muslim world, in Birmingham, in the mosque in Birmingham, one of the big ones, in fact the biggest one, and he was on camera explaining to people the correct way to stone a woman to death. And that was in Birmingham in the UK, the correct way to stone a woman to death. What was really it's shocking, of course, but what got me was just watching him. He was so self-assured. He was so confident of his authority in the matter. It was very matter of fact. But actually, people gave him that authority. If they removed that authority from him, no one would listen to him if he was going to talk like that. Maybe he was going to say some other things that are more balanced and more beneficial to humankind, yes, but not that. So we all do this. We all give authority to people who sometimes misuse it. Look at Germany in the 1930s as an example. And I've got great German friends who I know have questioned this a lot. Okay, so let's zoom ahead with some lyrics, because that will explain it more. There are people who will see you as a soul that's got to be saved, and with missionary zeal try converting you to their ways. We all know that. People who want to convince you of their way of thinking. I hope I'm not doing that right now. But there's a picture you see of, I think it was John Wesley preaching to Native Americans, and he didn't need to. As if a pagan is the victim of a wicked witch's spell. Well, you don't have to throw your coins in their wishing well. And I mentioned pagan. I was very much into using that term when I was younger. I don't use it very often now because I think it gets misconstrued. But it's really that pagan, I think, represents someone who was not of an orthodox spiritual view. You know, they're nature worshippers. So that's why I used that word there. Well, I've met all kinds of fishermen with baited hooks. That's hooks, you know, with bait on it to attract fish, who have sworn that their vessel, their ship, is the ark. You know, that their particular way of seeing the world is everything. But with the dolphins knowing, you can guide yourself through an ocean of power-hungry sharks. Because, folks, you're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom. It's the key to the kingdom. And no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free spirit. I'm going to get to that, what I mean by that, okay? But your inheritance is ancient wisdom goes back to what I was saying earlier. It exists all over the world, and it's kind of common sense. And we can draw on that, you know, to help us in our lives, if we want. There are people who will tell you that the rules are written in stone, that intuition is a witch's brew and should be left alone. In other words, what you intuit, what you feel, is not to be trusted. You've got to trust other people whose intuition is connected to, you know, let's say a God. That's Charlton Heston playing Moses. I thought that was quite funny, actually. I'm not putting down, by the way, the Ten Commandments, because there's some good things in there. And those who break the boundaries of belief are faced with mockery. The people who go beyond what is normally believed, as if all that can exist is only what can be seen. Now, this is an interesting one because that references in some ways how science perceives the world. Science can be almost religion-like if you're not careful, where it says this cannot exist because we have no proof of it. But I think it's very interesting that children talk about seeing what they maybe call ghosts or spirits or something other dimensional. I certainly did when I was young, very, very young. And that should arouse our curiosity rather than cause us to say, you're just making it up, because there's no proof of it. How do we know? How do we know what they're seeing? They know. There's a tunnel of vision through the side of the hill, but you won't get to see the broader view. There's a way of seeing the world like that, but you won't see it like that. Or you can take the mountain road to higher ground and see how it all relates to you. Look at the world. Look at what's being said and what's being taught and what's being said is right and wrong and up and down and left and right and what resonates with me. You're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom. It's the key to the kingdom. And no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free spirit. We've struggled underneath the yoke of conformity, the weight of conformity. We've worn the mask of acceptability. We've worn the masks to get by in life, to say the right thing and not the wrong thing. How long are we prepared to wait to show each other who we really are? Now, this last bridge is very important. You don't owe your allegiance to a star-studded flag. You are not subservient to a crown. You were born in freedom, and your gift is life. There's no doctrine to which you can be bound. There's a lot in that. And when I say star-studded flag, people in the States, I'm not just referencing you. There's loads of flags that have stars on and loads of flags that don't. It was a poetic way of saying flags. Or subservient to a crown. I grew up in a country that has had a queen, has a king now, but I don't want to be subservient to them. I don't want to be beneath them. So I have my own journey here. You were born in freedom. We were all born free. and all of our gift is to be here, to be alive. So there is no belief system, whether political or spiritual or whatever it is, that we can be bound to. It's our choice. And that's what is important. It's our individual choice. You're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom. It's the key to the kingdom, and no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free spirit deep down. Deep down you are. We get imprisoned by societal constraints. Okay, I think I've done a lot of talking there, and I hope that makes sense, because it is a complicated subject to deal with in something like Journey Songs, although I've dealt with some complicated subjects before. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot in that, isn't there? I think I'll have a cup of tea and then come and see how you're all doing, okay? Sorry if you can see a bit of reflection of the sun's just come out, and wow, is it hot. Okay, everyone. Have we got anyone? You're all thinking, well, what on earth am I going on about? Okay. Walter is saying, love your t-shirt. Oh, thank you, Walter. Beside tour, great talent, your humbleness is greatly admired. The reason we keep coming back. Thank you, Walter. That's very kind of you. That's really kind of you. And what else have we got here? Produce. Interesting. Thanks to join in your busy time, you come for us. And I really like the saxophone played in the song. Oh, cool, Produce. Yes, that was Molly Duncan. I say was because Molly unfortunately has passed away now. Molly Duncan from the Average White Band and his horn section. Same horn section that played on Heart of Gold on the Turn Back the Clock album. That was Molly Duncan. Yes, indeed. Okay, Angie is saying, I think you chose a particularly appropriate song for me this evening. Thank you, Angie. That was not intentional, believe me, but I'm glad that is the case. Okay, Davina says, for your information, Carl Jung discovered cognitive functions theory, which is the foundational theory of MBTI personality typology. Davina, you know more about it than me. I will have a look. That sounds very, very interesting. I just wanted to add in his inspiration, shall we say, for part of what he discovered. Okay, Fatima is saying this. We give too much authority to teachers, and that's either a wonderful thing or an awful thing, depending on the individual. Exactly. There are teachers who have love for their students, and then there are those who are biased and discriminate. However, as children, we are aligned to obey them. Their negative, the negative latter can be damaging to the child. Yes, indeed, Fatima, that is the thing. It's all down to the individual. It's not so much that they have the title of teacher, it's what kind of teacher. And that's true if you're talking about a politician or a priest or, or an actor or a pop star. It depends on the individual, and that's why it's important that we make our individual choices and don't act with a herd mentality. I think there's a lot of herd mentality these days in the age of the internet. People tend to, move and operate as one. That's my observation anyway. And Richard says a good thing here. I like this, Richard. There's no proper way, and I like the word you use, proper. I know exactly what you mean, because that's a word that we're often taught when we're kids. Something is proper, something is improper. Laws are important, don't get me wrong. I'm very much in favour of the rule of law. We need to structure our societies so they function healthily and they're protective and they're uplifting. And I'm not being anarchistic here. I'm really not. I'm just saying on a personal level, we need to think about our relationship with the world around us. Choose Aces, hello both of you, how you doing? Natural law is a good guideline, I think. It's very interesting. Natural law, there's a lot to be said for that. I'm glad you said that. And that's very much where I think the indigenous peoples came from. that was their, they had their struggles, okay, and still do. I'm not putting anyone on a pedestal here, but uh, now I've forgotten how to pronounce your name again. Absolutely right, Clark. Women in Muslim states have no value. I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. Every person has equal value. I would say, actually, that the problem there is the state. You've said it, not necessarily the individual family or group, because there can be some very progressive people in that world and some unprogressive people. It's how the state interprets it, and then how the people in, and this is, I have to say, it's, I don't think it's fair to single out Islam here. It happens a lot. There are extremists all over the world. There are extremists not just in the religious context, but in the political context, in various movements. Extremism can be very, very dangerous. So I do agree that from a state perspective, that's when there's real problems. If you had states that were religious fundamentally, but decided to exercise that in a liberal way, and in a way that again wanted to nurture the individual and not make them, not confine them, I think that would be a very important step. Pranav, your impeccable knack for clever and thought-provoking lyrics is enviable. Oh, thank you, Pranav. I'm glad it made sense. That's wonderful. Okay. Nihal, what are you going to say, Nihal? I haven't said hello to you yet. I have no words for this genius. So simple, so clear, and yet so deep and full of humanity. Nihal, thank you very much. I guess the song, you mean? Yes, the song. It's. I'm glad it's coming across, and we'll get into the song in a minute. It's getting really hot in here. Hey, Polly, how are you doing? Let's hear from you. Moving as individuals can make a difference, as we can all come together on a common ground as individuals rather than acting as others wish us to. There is a difference. Very much, you know what, Polly, that's right. And that's what I was saying about herd mentality. You can move as a herd, but you should not be thinking as a herd. We need individuality more and more, actually. But you're quite right. We also need to find our common ground and acknowledge it, because there's so much of it. I think we're in a time now where so much focus is given to what differentiates us. And I don't think that's actually on an individual level. That's on this herd is different from that herd. It's odd. We need to get back to that sense of individuality. Yes, thank you, Polly. Very good. Okay. Everyone, I think I'm going to sing the song. And as the temperature really is going up, I hope it's, our voices are affected. You probably found this, of course, but all our as singers, our voices are affected by heat and humidity a lot. So we're going to find out how that goes. Okay. So before I go any further, I want to make it clear that if someone has a love for a particular path, spiritual, or let's say someone has admiration for an individual who's, a princess or a king or whatever, and it's based genuinely on who they are and what they do for society and what they represent, that's cool. I'm not going to judge that. That's your decision. It's that when we let go of part of ourselves and kind of give it to them, and in a way we are surrendering something in ourselves, when really we have to keep on to that, because we have to be the decision makers, us individuals, and be informed decision makers. Okay. And I think before I go further, before I get into the song, Chris is saying something lovely here. Self-belief and self-love needs to be nurtured to give the strength to be yourself and go your own way. Very much so, Christopher. And if that self-belief and self-love is nurtured through a particular path or school of thought, then great. As long as it's all done with good intention and with balance. Very good. Okay. I'm going to get to the song now. Okay, I'm going to make a decision here. I really was not sure which way to go with this song. So let me just put on a bit of professional voice here, as I always do. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. Okay, I don't know this song well, all right? So hang on to your hats. There are people who will see you as a soul that's gotta be saved. And with missionary zeal, try converting you to their ways. As if a pagan is the victim of a wicked witch's spell. Well, you don't have to throw your coins in the wishing well. Well, I've met all kinds of fishermen with baited hooks who have sworn that their vessel is the ark. But with the dolphins knowing you can guide yourself through an ocean of power-hungry sharks. You're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom, yeah. It's the key to the kingdom, and no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free spirit. Free spirit, yeah. There are people who will tell you that the rules are written in stone, that intuition is a witch's brew and should be left alone. And those who break the boundaries of belief are faced with mockery, yeah. As if only can exist is only what can be seen. Well, there's a tunnel of vision through the side of the hill, but you won't get to see the broader view. Or you can take the mountain road to higher ground and see how it all relates to you. You're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom, yeah. It's the key to the kingdom, and no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free. But struggle underneath the yoke of conformity. We've borne the mask of acceptability. No longer we prepared to wait to show each other who we really are. Who we really are. Yeah, yeah. You got the key. Well, you don't owe your allegiance to a star-studded flag. You are not subservient to a crown. You were born in freedom and your gift is life. There's no doctrine to which you can be bound. You're the one with the key to the kingdom. Your inheritance is ancient wisdom. It's the key to the kingdom, and no matter what becomes of you, you'll always be a free spirit. Free spirit, yeah. Whoa. It's the key to the kingdom. You got the key to the kingdom. Only you, yeah, yeah. The key to the kingdom. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was very different to the recording, as I'm sure those of you who've heard the recording now can tell. I just thought I would do something a bit different, because otherwise I really need to be playing this on bouzouki, and I wanted to keep this piano-oriented, songwriter-oriented. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. As you can tell, actually, it's a very, it's a very uplifting song. it's a bit heavy subject, it sounds like, but I'm kind of really, it's just a rallying cry to myself and to all of us to, make decisions for ourselves, basically. That's what it's about. Yes, and we all keep growing in that regard, huh? Okay. Um, Neil is saying we struggle underneath the yoke of conformity. Fair play for not getting tongue tied on that. Yeah, Neil, I did get tongue tied a couple times actually elsewhere. It's very wordy for me. I'm a little kind of melodically. I kind of take my time usually a bit more. Sania is saying, fantastic performance. You are a multi talented songwriter and human man. Thank you, Sania. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Marlene, wow, this song really touches my heart. Thanks. Oh, Marlene or Marlena. I'm glad to hear that. Hello to you in Denmark. What a beautiful place that is. Um, Anton, such a beautiful track. Piano version is brilliant. Bravo. Thank you, Anton. That's good to hear. I've not done it before. This was just a shot in the dark. Um, and Susanna is saying, great song, deep meaning. Thank you for your performance, Clark. You're welcome, Susanna. Hope it all made sense. Bob is giving me his applause. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Um, Lucretia's saying, now you're hot. You're so right. You're so right. I'm baking. And Hala is applauding and hearts. Thank you, Hala. Hope you're keeping well. Leslie's saying, wow, powerful on many levels. Fabulous, Clark. Thank you, Leslie. It's on Journey Songs too, folks, so you can turn that one up when you get it and play it in your own environment and annoy other people. Zara is saying, great job, Clark. Thank you, Zara. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's wonderful. Sania is saying, superb, magnifique, Clark. Wonderful. Thank you, Sania. And Angie is saying, I think this song may become my new mantra. Angie, that's wonderful. That's actually the power of songs. If you think about it, we remember songs that we love in a mantra-like way. It's the chorus usually that we sing over and over again. And if that's got something positive in it, then it becomes like a positive mantra. If it's got something negative in it, it's not necessarily a good thing, is it? But yeah, excellent. I'm really pleased to hear that, Angie. Nice one. Davina, thank you for sharing the song, Clark. Now I have additional values and ideas to be added to the fictional story. Hopefully I will write. Oh, that's fascinating, Davina. I'm very curious. Excellent. You have to tell us more about that. Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. How are you? Thanks for another Magic Hour, Clark. See you again next time. Rebecca, thank you for reminding me because everyone, the next one will be in 2 or 3 weeks' time, and that's because of Johnny Hayes Jazz activity. I'll tell you on socials when it's going to be, 2 or 3 weeks' time. There's going to be another 5 episodes of Journey Songs, including the exclusive live stream into the tracks. So there'll be 4 episodes that deal with songs from Journey Songs 2. And I won't have done all the songs from Journey Songs 2, by the way, at the end of this. This is just the ones that I've decided to do this time. And in the middle of that will be Into the Tracks, which is not about one particular song, it's about the recordings. And that will take us right up to the winter solstice. That's how I'm timing it. With, of course, Journey Songs live in Liverpool in between. And at that point, there's going to be a slight change to Journey Songs. Now, the good thing is, folks, is that I'm going to continue, okay? So I'm not going anywhere. But I'll explain it more as we get closer to time because I'm also seeing what's going on for Johnny Hates Jazz next year and then how I'm going to do it and in what context and how often, okay? So it's going to continue, but we need to talk about that as we get closer to the winter solstice. We haven't even arrived at this autumn equinox yet, but I'm talking about it. But just so you know, so there's going to be 5 more episodes, okay? And then next year, a bit different, but cool, okay? Okay, everyone. Lovely. KP, I haven't said quick word from you, KP. What a performance to dial in on. That performance was as hot as the weather. Amazing, Clark. Thank you, KP. That's a wonderful thing to nearly finish with. Thank you. And David is saying, wow. Thank you, David. Pranav is saying, where are you, Pranav? There you are. A great reminder of why these live streams are the highlight of Sundays. Nice one, Pranav. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. And oh, very good, Polly. I think I'm going to finish with this. Polly says, treasure your individuality. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness, Polly. Your individuality is a strength. Love this song. Thank you so much, everyone. I've really appreciated having the time to do this one with you. It's not an easy song and not an easy subject to talk about in the space of, probably what I gave it about half an hour or 20 minutes. So I hope I did it justice. In another setting, another environment, I'd be much slower and build up to exactly my perspective here, because my point is not to exclude anyone or judge anyone because of various affiliations. That's we all have that when we're kids, and sometimes we all have that as we're older people. It's not that at all. I'm really saying, as community here, as fellow humans, we need to value the fact that no one really has authority over us at the end of the day. No one has authority over us. We, of course, like I said with the law, that's a different matter, and sometimes laws have to be questioned. Some Native American peoples changed their laws every certain number of years. They had to renew them, and they took votes on them. Amazing. Anyway, I'm going off on one, and last for now, I think Sue will get the last word, actually. Wow, great performance, Clark, and you've left us with a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your weekend now. And, yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Next Journey Songs. There's some really good songs to go through. I think you're going to really dig where we're going and where it's going to end up for the winter solstice. It'll be just a bit before the winter solstice, but that last song is a very special one. All right, everyone. Thank you. Take care of yourselves. And Gozia, I haven't said hello to you. Gozia, you said excellent. Nice to see you. Great, everyone. Thank you so much. And you're all still, I can't help but I want to say a quick few hellos. Joshua, great song. Can't wait to hear the original too. Thank you for another fantastic hour. And now motivated to go and watch Sahara dust off the new car. You are the one with the key to the kingdom, Joshua. I like it. Take care of yourself, everyone. And see you soon. Adios.